How's it going, folks? And been watching a lot of YouTube videos with regards to this topic, and I'm gonna share my point of view on this. And it's nothing related to what's going on with China and US trade war, things like that. You, many Trump is actually doing foreigners a huge favor to leave China, to be honest, because you cannot live in that sort of environment anymore, especially once everything kicks in 100% next year with the social credit. Now, to able to understand or to live in China, you have to be understand greed, consumerism, power, money. Pretty much that's the culture, religion, and that's the belief of the murder of Chinese people. Now, what I mean by that is a very deep, actually. Even for myself, I don't think I could live there. I did make a video, but I haven't uploaded yet on how I regret not staying in China for a long time. But now back at it now, it's very difficult to stay in. With the new China, which is the social credit, which is a new world, it's actually more suitable for Chinese people to play the game because it's suitable. It's within their culture, it's their morals, their standards, their norms, the belief, traditional. It's under the same umbrella. It goes hand to hand. Now, when I went to China this year, I can't say this year, 2018, one thing that caught my attention is when I got back from China is there's a 5-year visa. Now, for those who doesn't know, any foreigner who goes to China, the maximum visa you'll get is 1 year. Now, I'll show you this article here. I don't know, you can see it from here because I think the screen is showing upside down. So it stated China offers new 5-year visa for foreigners of Chinese ancestry, which means those who has born in China, right, and lived abroad and had a citizenship abroad is eligible to sign 5 years visa, which means that they really to want to bring the Chinese ancestries to China. So when I mean by that is the fact of they've seen how foreigners did to the country. They've seen foreigners doesn't habitat or integrated within the Chinese society. They wanted to bring back the old Chinese because many of them who flee from China, maybe 20 or 30 years ago, those are the Chinese who has strong Chinese traditional and values. Because today, New China, we don't celebrate the China that we had 20 or 30 years ago. But we still have the same fundamental and traditional, the values, the things like that. So the way how my parents talk to me is like a backwards China 20, 30 years ago, or 40 or 50 years ago, which does not practice in China at all. However, it does practice the same thing with the social credit. So the thing about understanding the whole thing is the fact of, you're having this whole thing to understand that bringing the own people back, and plus people who actually stayed in China or who have lived in China, all right, that the point of they understand the whole thing, all right. If those who doesn't understand, us foreigners who go into a Chinese is a complete different culture tradition, and if you don't have that sort of fundamental mentality and stepping inside China, there's no way you can survive, especially with the new China rules, especially with the social credit. If you do not obey or submit to it, you're going to make your life very difficult or get yourself into a jail situation. Now, whether this is a good thing or bad thing, many foreigners will leave for sure. Many foreigners, and I see a lot of YouTube videos, are starting to leave China already. Some of them are got blacklisted, blocklisted, and those who are in it, they're in it. Now, what this means is what Trump is actually doing is doing a favor for a lot of foreigner companies just to leave. It's a good excuse for them to leave and get out because with the China New Vision 2025. Now, what can I say about this? For me, I'll probably will go to China because my father just bought a holiday house and will be completed by next year. So I'll be staying in China and, I will definitely obey their rules, but just for a holiday. But that's about it. That's the video, and I hope you guys do understand. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll show not to show too much hate on China, or else I'll get banned as well.